my channel. My name is Ashley. If you're new here, I make content to help encourage Christian singles, so I'm really glad that you're here. I missed last week because I was on vacation. I really thought about taking Christmas off making videos, and then I was like, well, actually Christmas time is one of the hardest times as a single, and I didn't want to leave you guys high and dry during this season, so I honestly didn't really have anything on my heart, and that's partially why I didn't feel led to share a video. Besides, whenever I was thinking about, not posting for the rest of December, I was just kind of reminded why I started this channel. And, if you've been here a while, you've probably heard me say this before, but the reason I started this channel was to be an encouragement, because I didn't really see a lot out there as far as encouragement for someone who was following after God in the area of waiting on YouTube. So I kind of made this channel out of, despair and pain and loneliness, and I wanted to just be a light for those who were going through just that same struggle. And as I was, praying about what to share, I just really felt led to have just a sit down with you guys. I know we don't really get to see each other face to face because we're through a screen, but I just wanted to talk to you guys and see how you all are doing and let you know that you're welcome here. Maybe you're in a season right now where you feel isolated or alone, or maybe no one understands what you're going through right now. And I just want to let you know that you're seen, and maybe you don't feel seen, or maybe you don't feel known. I was going to church this morning, and on the way back from church, I was just really feeling sad about just an unmet desire of finding my spouse, an unmet desire of being able to start my family. And on the way back from church, I was just like getting overwhelmed with sadness and feeling like, okay, God, like, when will this come to pass for me? When will this desire to have a family during the holidays, when will that desire be met? And in that, like, I had two choices to make, which were to allow this feeling to kind of overwhelm and ruin my day, or to sit in my car after I got home and just give that to God. And that's the route I decided to take. When I got home, I parked my car and I just started praying, like, God, you know this unmet desire. You know that my heart is to be a wife. My heart is to have just my own family, but I trust you more than what I desire, and I trust you with my future, and I believe that you love me. And I think that's where it can be really hard as a single during the holidays, because just everything that you don't have is really highlighted. I think throughout the year, you don't really see it as much, but during the holidays, you see families coming together and doing things together, and you aren't experiencing any of that, and it's kind of just right in front of your face. And so you can go home, and start to think like, well, when is that gonna happen for me? And that's when sadness can start to come in and trying to discourage you. And I just wanted to sit down and let you know that it is okay to be going through a hard time right now. I think the most dangerous thing you can do is try to, like, avoid your feelings or avoid being honest with what you're going through, I think it's really important to share your feelings with God, or maybe a trusted mentor or someone, that you pray with frequently. I think there's also a side of that where I want to caution you, like, don't stay there. Don't stay in your state of sorrow. Don't stay in your state of just maybe like a hopeless feeling. I think the enemy wants us to be in that state. He wants us to be in a hopeless state. He wants us to feel like God doesn't love us. He wants us to feel like God doesn't see us. He wants us to feel that our season is never going to come. And I think in that headspace is where we lose our hope. And I just want to encourage you to battle back. I want to encourage you to understand that God is your loving Father. It's weird, like during the holidays, it can be easy to feel like God isn't the loving Father, that somehow because everyone is just with their families and experiencing all these things that you want to experience, that somehow God's love isn't over your life. And I want to challenge you in this Christmas season to ask God to reveal himself to you in a fresh way, and ask him to help you trust him. One of the things as I was having my time in my car, one of the things I was thinking about is suffering, and how there's that passage about how suffering produces perseverance. And like at the end of the whole thing, I'm not going to quote it because I don't have it like straightened out in my mind right now, but ultimately the end result is hope. Like, we have this hope, but it's through suffering that we gain this perseverance, and through the perseverance you gain this character, and through all of these things that you're going through, you are going to have an unshakable hope. And that is what the enemy is trying to steal from you as a single. He's trying to steal your hope. And this Christmas season, I want to reverse the curse. Like, I just think that there's so much that the enemy wants to steal from you as a single, and you have the opportunity this Christmas to say, God, I want to trust you with this season. I want to trust that you are bringing my future spouse. I want to trust that you have a plan for my future family. And I want to go through this believing that you are good, believing that you love me, believing that I can trust you even though I cannot see it. But help me, God, because I, in my own strength, do not have the strength to get through this season. I, in my own strength, do not have the capability to believe, but help my unbelief. And that's what an honest prayer before the Lord looks like. We don't have to be perfect. There's a beauty in transparency before the Lord, where we can come to him with our imperfections and with our worries and with our concerns, and we can leave them at his feet. He says, take my yoke upon you. His burden is light. And if you're carrying just a heavy burden right now, I want to encourage you just to take time with God. The Christmas season can be one where it's just like really busy and hurrying, and I don't want that to be this season for you. I want you to be able to take time to just reflect on who God is, and take time to pray for your future. Pray for your future family, pray for your future husband. That's part of reversing the curse, like reversing what it's always been for you. Maybe it's always been a hard season. Christmas time has always been a hard time. I want to challenge you to reach for something different. Let go of the old and hold on to the new. And as I'm saying this, I'm really saying it to myself as well. Like, don't allow yourself to walk in a state of hopelessness, because as believers, we are not supposed to be walking in hopelessness. We have a hope. Our hope is secured in Christ alone. And that's really what this Christmas season is about, is remembering that Christ came to save us. He came so that we could be made whole, so that we could have a hope secured. And it's just interesting to me how the enemy, in a time where Christians should be the most hope-filled, are the most despairing. And that, I'm sure, breaks God's heart, because I'm sure God is just looking down and being like, don't you know that I love you? Don't you know that I sent my only son to die for you? Don't you know that I see you? I think it really breaks God's heart that we think that he doesn't see us, that we think that he doesn't love us, when he sent his only son to die for us. And when you look at it, from a fresh perspective of who God is in the light of what he's done for us in this season, you battle back stronger. You battle back in a hope that says, God, I believe that you're going before me, and I believe that you see me, and help my unbelief. Help me to walk in a confident assurance this Christmas season that you are the God of hope, and that you are the good gift giver, and I can trust you with my painful unmet desire, and I can leave it at your feet knowing that you care about me. And I'm going to take these next couple of weeks before Christmas, and I want to pray a different prayer in this season, a prayer that says, God, go before me, go before my future spouse, go before my future family. I'm giving this to you because I trust that you can provide it for me. I trust that you are going to give me what is best for me. And if that is not a husband right now, if that is not a family right now, if this is not a wife, if you're a guy watching, he loves you, and you have to grow in your belief that he cares about you. Even though you may be suffering, he still cares about you. And I don't want to go on and beat a dead horse in this, but I did just want to make this video to encourage you to know that you're seen by God. That today, if you have just been maybe dreading going into Christmas, I just want you to take time to rest and talk to God about it. Don't just walk in resentment, and don't just walk in pain, and don't just walk in discouragement. Take that to God and ask him to carry that for you. Ask him to speak to you, and take time to just rest in his presence and rest in his goodness. And so I just thank you for watching this video. I thank you for being here. I thank you for sharing my videos and liking my videos. It definitely helps just reach more singles. And I will not abandon you during this Christmas season, so be looking out for the next video. And I just pray that your day is blessed. Bye.